It's time to check your money with Mike Jennings, your friendly neighborhood advisor. Mike Jennings is a wealth advisor with Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. And we are now on episode 301. Can you believe it, Mike? 300 episodes now. Have you notched in your belt how many of those 300 that you've been a part of?
No, I haven't. But I mean hey, that's definitely something to celebrate. Not many programs, shows, whatever you want to call this, by even a podcast or a short form video, whatever. Not many make it to 300. So to kick off this next 100 with 301, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, we're excited that we've been able to continue to bring great information. And as Vicki said last week, you gotta do the work. So, uh,
Yeah, but I have a question for you, George.
yes.
Just getting a little bit into your history. How many jobs have you worked? And have you ever been laid off or found yourself in a position where it was hard to get employment?
Well, I don't know the number off the top of my head how many jobs I've had. Although this current job,
Hmm.
aside from this show, has been one that I've had for a long time. Um, and for this generation, I don't know. Most people hop around, but I've been at this last place for about 13 years, which is the longest I've been. And so I haven't been laid off, but I've definitely been asked, or how I put asked to leave, if you will. So if you will, or positions, I guess laid off, positions eliminated, or I was appointed in City Hall as part of the administration of Mayor Tom Young. And then when the election happened, when you're a department head, you're appointed. So you know that going in. And so you're subject to leaving. So there was that. And then it usually had to do with either the job was eliminated. So it was about two or three times that happened.
Okay. And I wanted to ask because, I've been seeing a lot of talk recently about the current state of our economy. Now, industries overall are seeing a lot less turnover these days, and even ones that, typically are known for having a lot more turnover than others. I mean, finance is one of the bigger ones. But other things like tech, healthcare, things like that. Um, Companies are not hiring as many people, but on the flip side, they're also not firing as many people. And every time I go on social media these days, I see people complaining about using sites like Indeed and like how they never hear back from employers or recruiters. Even after sending hundreds of applications to different places, right? And recently we spoke of the weak jobs report back in July, and but we didn't really mention the unemployment rate in a while, and that has increased slightly, but it's still hanging around 4%, which is pretty low based on some of the other factors as far as the economy that we've been seeing. So, overall, people are working, but not as many new jobs are being added. And basically, people are staying put where they are at, more people than ever before. Now, it's an interesting thing to think about. So I wanted to get into why that is, and then kind of look at it from both sides, from the employee side and also from the employer side. Um, so George, in your opinion, what are some reasons that you would think, or again, even maybe even using your past a little bit, what are some reasons people would stay at a job rather than leaving?
Right. And it depends on the circumstances of the job, whether they like
Absolutely.
the job, whether it fits with their lifestyle,
Hmm.
whether they have the
Yes.
flexibility. Because I know for a lot of people, the ability to work from home is a big thing now since COVID. And do you have, so are there hybrid opportunities? I know both my sister and my daughter both have in office requirements, but they also have 2 days where they get to work from home. And so I think those are some of the reasons. It could be that they're not going to get the same pay that they have at the current job. Now that depends on what the job is.
Uh-huh.
I think having they may not be able to get the same salary somewhere else. So those are some of the things I think.
I mean, you hit it right on the head.
Really?
A lot of
Okay.
those things that I was saying too. Because there's plenty of good reasons why people stay at a job. So things that you mentioned, like schedule flexibility, is something I really enjoy. Is the flexibility, personal development opportunities. What is the job instilling in you? What are some of the ways that it's helping you build up your skills and your employability at other places as well, right? And overall, I mean, just really liking where they work. And another thing that you mentioned with COVID, we saw many people making a lot of moves during that chaotic time. But also at the same time, there was also this meteoric rise of the hybrid job, right? And
Mm-hmm.
working from home is more than enough of a benefit for a lot of people, regardless of what their job is and what their responsibilities are. Um, but there's also plenty of reasons that people stay at a job that they might not even like. So for one, people will stay simply because they need the money. I don't know if you saw this video over the weekend, but there was this video that went viral about a woman in South Carolina, I think it was Charleston, and she was working an entire kitchen at Burger King for 3 hours, working the drive-through, the counter, completely by herself for 3 hours.
And and was this the same video where the people ended up coming and cooking their food themselves, or so I thought there was something like that, but
I think I know which one you're talking about, but this
that's
one,
another one. Okay, it's
I
another
think that
one.
was another one. But yeah, this woman was flipping burgers, doing the fries, doing the orders at the drive-through, doing the orders at the counter. And I think Burger King had responded or something, but apparently the franchisor ended up firing her for some other
Well,
reason.
I saw that right because even though she did that day, I
Right,
guess the allegation is that her work record overall
right.
wasn't that good.
Yeah, and personally, she's better than me. I probably would have stayed by the third or fourth order, and after that, if I was by myself, I was out of there unless I really
But
needed the money.
but that's
Right.
the issue, right? You got people. She probably was in a situation where people were calling in. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
it didn't work out for her because they ended up letting her go.
Exactly. Um, I mean, and then other than just needing their money, people stay at jobs to maintain health insurance
Yeah.
and other benefits. I mean, we spoke recently again about the possibility of many people losing eligibility for things like Medicaid benefits. And overall, I mean, people are uncertain. I mean, we talked about COVID a minute ago, and it's hard to believe it's been almost 6 years since those started hitting those reports of those first outbreaks. But people remember what it was like during that time and where job security wasn't so secure. Um, and with so many headlines today about our current state of the economy, a lot of people are hesitant, I think, about facing some of those issues again without being in a secure job.
Yeah, and those reasons make sense to me. Now, from what you've been seeing, how are businesses looking at this issue from their side of things?
So when it comes to the employer's perspective, there are a lot of factors that play into either maintaining their workforce, their payroll, or deciding to trim it versus hiring more people. And we've seen many companies choose to go the route of replacing real employees in order to streamline their workflow with AI, and that's a whole other issue that we can talk about at another time. But AI is 100% the dominating sort of subsector of technology right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen other businesses hold off on hiring or expanding too quickly so that they don't outpace the overall market. I mean, some of our clients that we've talked to are right in that predicament as well. Just here locally with sort of this teetering, this waiting that we have with Micron and all of those things that are expected to come from that. People are kind of make sure that they time it right so that they're not over expanding too quickly, too quickly for their pockets, and making sure that the economic development that's supposed to happen, that they're in line with that. So as an employer, I mean, big changes like that can be costly if you find that you have to scale back to match the pace of the economy again. But really, the underlying issue is the exact same as that for employees. More and more people are uncertain about what to expect with our economic future. We hear so many things as like every second. Especially if you're on social media all day, you get a million and one opinions every hour. But things like how good the market is doing, which is in many ways is at odds with what people are really feeling in their day-to-day lives. It's hard to be excited about we have the best stock market ever, and we have the highest stock prices ever, and people are struggling to get their groceries still. And it's only getting more and more uncertain every week, it seems. So I think until we find ourselves in a point of time where things have calmed down and we stop having to deal with these drastic swings from all angles. I think people should really evaluate where they are now and what the pros and cons would be in making a big change, making a big change.
So it sounds like employers and employees all need to make sure that they have their affairs in order. And so
100%.
one thing they can do though is to get in touch with their friendly neighborhood advisor. So tell them where they can reach you.
Absolutely. You can reach me. Give me a quick call at 315-748-5540. Again, that's 315-748-5540, or send me a quick note at michael.jennings@brackensfsn.com.
Mike Jennings is a wealth advisor with Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. He is your friendly neighborhood advisor.